What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Today is the 1 year anniversary of Uche Nwaneri's passing. There will never be another person in our community, in my opinion, like Uche. And as long as there's content on my channel, as long as there's soft drink TVs in the world, Uche's fingerprint is always going to be on this community. Whether he's been gone for 1 year or 5, 10 years or 20. As long as people are talking about football video games, we owe a tremendous debt to this man. I know that there have been people that came online with an NFL pedigree prior, talked about the issues the game had, talked about things they wanted to see improve, talked about X's and O's. But to me, what separated Uche from everyone else was his ability to do so in such a fun way. Watching his videos, the way he could communicate to you as if you were sitting there with him. The way that watching a video was almost like listening to a friend. And I can tell you, whether you were talking to him on the phone, whether you were watching a game with him, whether you were playing a video game against him, it was always the same. He had a way of connecting to the person watching. He had a way of teaching football to the person watching. And he had a love of football. And that was evident in every single video he made. Whether he was talking about some of his most proudest moments in the NFL, whether he was talking about some of his least proudest moments in the NFL. I thought a lot about Uche this month. I thought about him on the 1 year mark of the last time we talked. I thought about how he would have embraced the Jaguars last season. I even thought how much he would love to know that I have to cheer for Gardner Minshew each week. But I also know that he would have had such an incredible time knowing that there's more football games coming out than ever. Knowing that there's going to be an NCAA game this year. Knowing that there's going to be a continuation of the independent football games. Because if there's one thing that Uche wanted, was competition in the marketplace. If there's one thing that he wanted, was every football game to be the best football game they could be. I talked about it after he passed. Uche had talked a lot about working with EA Sports, and he wanted to take his expertise and try to make that game better because he was just as frustrated, if not more, with that game than anyone else. But I think that's kind of where I want to leave this off, is that a big part of his legacy is continually striving every single day to be the best person you are. Whether that's making a video game, whether that's making someone lunch, whether that's making content. Uche strived every single day to get the most from each day. He worked extremely hard to provide for his family, to create a legacy, and to be the best person he could be. It saddens me to look at his channel and know that I couldn't help him get to that 100,000 subscriber mark. If I could give his family my plaque, I would. Because, honestly, if it wasn't for someone like him, there wouldn't be a place for someone like me. And I'm glad that we got to spend time with him in our community, and I'm still glad that I got to call him my friend. I appreciate you guys watching this. I will be back as soon as I can with more content.